Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Hansa Teutonica. So this is Hansa Teutonica set up as a 3-player game. If you have watched my Gamesplanation, you'll have an idea of how the game actually plays. So I'll just get into it. To start with, everyone has 2 actions that they are able to do. The first thing that green is going to do is go in here, and that's his 2 actions done. So 1 action to put that one on, 1 action to put that one on. It now goes over to blue. Blue is going to do extraordinarily similar and place his guys up here. Red shall do similar as well, but go for a different area of the board. So they're all playing quite nice at the moment, and that's absolutely fine. It now comes back to green's turn again. So he will, for 1 action, do that, which fills up that route. He will then elect to put a marker in this city. The other 2 go back to the general collection. And that's all that happens when you turn something in. Blue is going to place that one, but also place one down here because he likes the idea of getting those actions opened up. Red is going to place his one there for his single, and then as his second action, he thinks it worthwhile to take that spot, which gives him a point. If you're looking really closely, you will notice there's a little that marker underneath the marker that he just put out. Okay, we go back over to green, who thinks there's value in actually going up there for the 2. He could put them here, but there's a blue one, and that's going to cost him that action, which allows you to maneuver other people around, isn't necessarily a good action to do. It is going to cost you. Just hold on to it as something you can do, but it's not really a way that I tend to prefer playing. So blue is going to throw these 2 in as his 2 actions. Then we come to red, who is going to throw 2 up here. Back over to green. Green doesn't have any guys except for the round one. So he is going to release 3 guys as one of his actions, and he shall claim that as his second action. Blue is going to claim this spot. So green has 1 marker, which gives green a single point. Those 3 all come back. This then allows him to release that marker. So he's just used 1 of his actions. His second action will be to do that, which brings him forward 1 point, and those 2 get returned to the supply. And then for his third action, he thinks that he might put that cube out. Then we come over to red, who's going to use that as his first action. That then allows him to put that there as his second action. And we continue moving forward. Notice there was, once again, that's a round spot, and it had the single point on it. That's a completed city, which now pushes this marker forward 1. Do be aware of that. You can just count up how many cities have been taken to double check that you've got that right. But be aware of that. Whenever you fill up a city, push that forward 1. We go back to green. Green only has 2 actions, but he thinks that he will use them here. We come to blue, who has 3 actions. The first one he's going to do is release 3 of his cubes. So that's 1 action, and he'll fill that up for his second and third actions. So notice he's running on 3 actions. All the other guys are running on 2 at the moment. Back to red, who has 2 actions. He thinks he's actually going to throw his cubes up there as his 2 actions. Back to green, who will, as his first action, he'll release 3 more. As his second action, he will claim that, which releases another round 1. We come back over to the blue. Blue releases his 3, and then he gains that. So blue's obviously going after the number of things that he can do in his turn. So he's used 1 of his actions, and what he thinks he's going to do with his other 2 actions is go there and there. Just again, the way of those guys. Red, now as a turn, he will release 3 of his markers to start with. And what he's now going to do as his second action is he's going to displace that blue. And so what happens? It costs him 1 of the markers, and he displaces that. Blue can then choose this line or this line for his marker. He thinks he's going to actually choose that line. Blue then gets to add another marker onto it. And red's second action will be to claim that spot. So he gets 1 point for claiming. And that releases that color, so he can now claim the orange spots. Back to green. Green is going to do the same thing. So he drops one guy there, displaces that guy to put that in, which allows blue to now put that guy in. He really wants to be able to grab more guys in. So he's done his first action. His second action will be to claim that, which gives blue a point because blue is there. No one's at hamburger at the moment. Okay, back to blue. The first thing that he is going to do is claim that. No one was in either of the cities, so no points get administered there. Then as his second action, he will release 3 of his markers. And as his third action, he will throw 1 more down there. Back over to red, who only has 2 actions. He's going to actually claim both of them and get in blue's way. So he likes the idea of getting a third action. Over to green. Green's going to start with taking 5 cubes. So notice he's got 5 available to him. So he takes all of them. And he is going to then throw a marker up into that spot. Back to blue, we'll place those 2 markers in for 2 of his actions, and his third action will be gaining 3 more markers. Back over to red. Red is going to displace this one, but before he can, he's only got 2 actions, so he's going to need to give himself some cubes to work with, which gives him the 3. Now he can displace that. Blue thinks he's going to put that there, and he'll put another one with it. And he does his displacing as his second action. Back over to green, who once again has 2 actions, but thinks it's probably worthwhile just building up at that area. Back to blue, he'll use 1 action to fill that up. Second action to release that. He'll use his third action to go up to the top. Red will use his first action to claim this route, which green gets a point for him doing that. It claims one of those cubes. He now has 3 actions to move forward with, and he thinks it's worthwhile going there for the second one and there for his third action. Back over to green. Once again, green only has 2 actions, so he thinks it's probably worthwhile doing the down here location to get the number of actions up. So that's his 2 actions. Back to blue. Blue is going to use 2 of his actions to go there, and he'll use his third action to actually claim that, which gives him another round marker. And they come back, red gets a point for that because he is the control of that city. We come to red. Red needs to release some guys before he's really able to do anything. So one of his actions is gain some more guys. His second and third action are going to be to claim those 2. Back to green. Green will use 1 of his actions to do that. His second action is to claim that in, to claim that, which now gives him 1 more action. And he thinks he's going to leave a marker just there. Back to blue. So the first action blue will do is release 5 of his markers. And what he might do is actually go 1 there and 1 there in hopes of claiming this. So he's gradually building a line of these cities as well. Back to red. So red is going to claim this, which gives blue 1 point. He's going to claim that because he can do an orange, which now means that he's in charge of that city. He has 2 other actions, and he thinks it's worthwhile to place 1 guy there, and then for his third action, he'll release 3 more cubes. Back to green. Green will use 1 action to release 5 cubes. So there's his 5 cubes, and there's his other 2 actions. It's now blue's turn. Blue will use 1 action to go there. He uses his second action to claim that, which is another city fulfilled. And he thinks for his third action, he might just start there. So what he's trying to do is join together the cities he's got control of and also make the east-west journey. Back over to red. Red has 3 actions and he thinks he might use it to do that. So that's 2 actions. Then the third one will be to claim that cube. Blue will get 1 point for this city. Red will get 1 point for that city. And back to green. Green is going to use one of his actions to claim that. So in claiming that, he's given red 2 points because red owns that city and is controlling of that city. He'll use his second action to claim this area to get the third marker off there, or the second marker off there, should I say. Green gets a point because he's in control of that city. It's now to blue's turn. Blue has 3 actions, so what he's going to do, he'll claim 2 of them. He'll put his third one just there. Red is going to use 1 action to bring 5 pieces in, and he'll use his other 2 actions to claim that space. I think that's enough of the basics of the game to get an idea. I will jump in when something different happens. It's kind of just going around and round and round at the moment. So when something different happens or the game ends, I'll be with you shortly. So here we are almost at the end of the game. It is red's turn. Red is desperately trying to get to there, but doesn't have a round one, but does have a marker that will enable him to move and swap round ones. So what he's going to do is he's going to spend 1 action to claim that, which gets the round one. 2 to put the round one out. He'll then use this to trade. Sorry, you should put it up there. Sorry, to trade with that. They just literally trade positions, by the way. Then he will claim this route to get there. So that was the third action. By doing that, green gets a point, red gets a point. So that pushes to the end of the game. Red now has the full lineup, which gets him 7 points, which pushes him to the 20 points as well. And he has 1 more action. I don't think there's any viability in getting stuff, but he'll throw that in there anyway. Okay, that is game because we got to the 20 points. This is how the game will mostly finish. Green was really close to getting an 11-point bonus by going there. Blue was really close to getting an extra city and a extra key, which would give him a 3 multiplier rather than just the 2. But let's get into the final scoring. So firstly, fully developed abilities. So there's 4 points there, there's another 4 points there, which means green gets another 8 points. Blue also gets another 8 points. Red has not fully developed any of his abilities. Prestige points for the total number of bonus markers collected. There is only 1 collected. Sorry, this one should have been collected as well. So this guy has 2, which means he gets 3 more points. 1, 2, 3, even though he wasn't able to use that last one. Special points for here, no one had that. Green almost had that for 11 points, but didn't quite get there. 1 more turn would have got him there and would have finished the game with him. Then prestige points for cities. So for each city you control, you'll get an extra 2 points. So start at the top, red gets 2. No one controls that one. Red gets 2. Red gets 2. Red gets 2. Green gets 2. Green gets 2. Green gets 2. Green gets 2. Red gets 2. Red gets 2. Red gets 2. Green gets 2. Red gets 2. Red gets 2. Blue gets 2. Blue gets 2. Blue gets 2. Red gets 2. Blue 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 gets 2. And then it's prestige points for the networks. So, green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he doesn't have that one joined in. So 6, multiplied by 1, so he gets 6 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red has 1, 2, 3. He didn't manage to get up there. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then coming out this way, 8, 9. So 9 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And finally, blue has a multiplier of 2. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2, which is 18 points, which puts him there. And that is game. That is everything that's going on with Hansa Teutonica. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.